No, hold on. This is 5 minutes funnier. Hi, and welcome to 5 Minutes Funnier, the comedy how-to. I am your host, Jimmy England. And I thought today what we should talk about is bombing. It's something that's going to happen to all of us. And I'm going to just give a little tip of the hat to Andrew Slater and Brant Tobler, who I've mentioned in previous podcasts, because they raised the whole topic and got me thinking about it. So we're going to talk about what it's like to stand on stage and have the world collapse around you. Everybody bombs. I remember Gilbert Gottfried on his podcast talking about having guests on to talk about it. Seinfeld talks about it. Now, first of all, let's understand some terminology. So basically, there's three different ways you bomb. The first way is that they boo you off the stage. The second way they do it is they don't laugh. They just sit there and listen to you. And as we've talked about in earlier episodes, that doesn't necessarily mean you bomb. Sometimes it means they just weren't in a mood to react to you. The third way, and it's really the most common way, and I have seen this happen in clubs and whatnot, is when they are just bored with you and they start talking among themselves. And I think that that is the type of bombing you're going to meet most of the time. I've been in a few situations where I've inherited an audience that is behaving in that particular way because the previous comics just didn't do the job. They didn't get the audience laughing. And so when I get out there, they're already sitting there chatting and they're not interested in me. And the nice thing is when I win them back and I start to put those pauses in for the laugh lines and I can hear nothing but nothing, meaning I have got them over to my side and they're listening to me. Now here's the thing about bombing. Nobody cares if you bomb. Nobody cares if you bomb. It's going to happen. It happens to all of us. It will not spoil your career. If you make a regular habit of bombing, yeah, that might be an issue, particularly if it's happening at the same venue all the time. You may find yourself having a hard time getting on if that's what you do have happen. But it's completely normal and it's also beneficial, especially if you tape your set. Because then you can go back and take a look and see what happened when you bombed. Because bombing tends to have a cascading effect. First of all, they're bombing. You're bombing. You're not getting the laughs where you expect to get them. So you go, well, I've got to get to the next laugh a little faster. I got to grab the audience. You will begin to speed up when you're on stage, getting to that next joke. And as you approach the punchline, you'll begin to lose confidence in it. You won't leave a long enough pause for the audience to come and find the laugh and join into it. And this will go on and on and on until you're racing at the end of the thing. You're babbling, your setups become too long because you're trying to change things on the fly. A lot of things will happen. But if you are watching the video, you can see that and then you can adjust for it in the future. You will learn more from a bombing set than you will ever learn from a successful set. The important thing about bombing is you have to remove yourself from what happened. In my second year of doing stand-up, I was beginning to gain some confidence. I had been working with a set act. I'd watched other people do crowd work. And I went to a place in Burlington called the Black Bull and decided tonight I am going to do crowd work. I prepared about 30 seconds of material, then launched into it and launched into the biggest disaster I have ever been in my life. The thing about it is we got home. My wife was with me at that particular venue. We got out of the car and we're walking to the front door and I said, you know what? I'm disappointed, but I'm not discouraged. It didn't work. That's fine. Other things I had done, that had worked in the past. I still had a future, I felt, in comedy. The way to beat bombing, to defeat it, is if you find that you are bombing, to try and break that cascading effect. Stop thinking as much. Start concentrating on your delivery. Don't worry if nobody laughs. If you can step off stage and view that tape afterwards and what you see is the same guy or girl who got huge laughs at another venue with the same material, then what you're seeing is a successful performer. Make sure you make a tape and watch them, study them. Were you pressing? Were you speeding? Were you giving up? Did you lose your confidence? Look for that. Then fix it. Well, I hope you don't bomb too many times, and I hope this particular one isn't a bomb of a YouTube video. Anyway, that's it for me, Jimmy England, for 5 Minutes Funnier, the comedy how-to. Stay funny, everybody.